Hello there, people of the internet. I didn't really plan for this one. How are people doing? It's the behind the scenes. It's been a while. It's been a whole last year since I did one of these. And now I'm doing one double live. I'm actually managing one of these scary streams, and I've got to get straight to it. So these are about to start up. I'll use... Let's just turn Soma's on. Soma keeps her stream running until the end of the song, so it's a good indicator of when things are about to switch. Wait, do I have this open on 2 tabs? Oh no, I've got something open on 2 tabs. I'm not supposed to have that on 2 tabs. Poof. There we go. Right. So, immediate for any explanation, I've got to start editing prompts. I'm putting them in. I've got to be very careful not to highlight things. Which I love highlighting things. So today's a magic stream where the 3 talents shown up there are improving on your streams. And I've got a nice list of your streams.
Hello, friends.
Oh.
Here.
They're going?
I let my music go for a little bit too long.
I often have Stream Manager up on my phone, and in the few hours since my last stream, it's changed completely.
Just checking all their sounds.
Pods. I let my music go a little bit too long.
I've always noticed this. Liv's got a way more delay than Soma. Okay, Sinner's not started yet. I'm guessing Sinner had to step away. We'll check. Oh, wait.
We're gonna go fix people's bad ideas. Make them.
Sinner's got background music.
Yeah,
Right.
we're gonna beautify them.
Do a little bit of.
We got sound this time. Someone forgot sound last time, so I'm paying a lot of attention to everyone's got sound.
We can make them. We can make them beautiful.
Yeah. I have every confidence in us.
Oh yeah, someone has to have confidence. It's like one of us will have confidence, the other one will have faith.
I'd like to have got no confidence.
And then
I
someone
don't
has
even
to
know
be
if they
Debbie
fully
Downer
understood
and
the
be like,
concept.
This thing's just dead. It's fine.
I can already see someone's cropped it incorrectly.
Yes.
It's fine. We don't.
Let me check.
None of us
Let me know.
need to be Debbie Downers, you know.
See, Lilith's done this correctly.
I guess that is right.
Yeah, they were supposed to crop out
like no such thing as Debbie Downers.
the side part and the top part.
In any case, I think
It's a very big reason to. Oh, whatever. It's fine.
Let people know who we have here because not all of us have collabed before, or we haven't collabed in a long time.
True. Not collectively. I have collabed with Lilith before. I've appeared on your stream.
I don't think they've collectively collapsed. They are right. They've never
I don't
all
think
been in
of
one
us
place.
Been all together all that much.
You want to try into the mic?
What?
Sorry, I have a puppy with me on my desk, so if you hear random
Mic
crying,
is a bit
that
bigger.
is from the puppy.
Hey, Victor.
This is fair.
Welcome to the pain
kind
of
did
what
not come
actually
through on Discord,
happens
so
when you guys have a fun time streaming.
Great.
You're golden there.
Just gonna shrink these chats down a bit.
Great.
I want to try and get these
I
all
actually
just
want to hear. Well, I
on
don't want
one
that. That
screen.
Sounds like animal abuse, but it would be cute to hear them cry in the background.
without me needing to scroll.
I can't deny the cuteness. This is fair. They are very cute.
Indeed. Should we
But-
start?
Oh yeah. Well, we're
I
gonna
would
get
demonstrate
details
what
and,
Stone was supposed to do. I'm gonna check I put that in the instructions.
Alright, hi everyone. I'm Wolf.
Pretty sure I
Lambert,
did.
magician turned zombie. And, As Soma explained, we're gonna try and turn bad stream ideas into good ones.
Alright, Sina? Introduction?
Sina?
Did Sina die?
She's busy with one of the puppies. I think she's busy with one of the puppies.
Definitely informed.
Those needy little guys. Anyway, since Sina's been distracted,
these dissident centers.
for those of you that don't know, I am Soma Tome.
It's
I
a
am
snap,
the
and there's no
local
centers now.
Rune Witch for Infinite Live. You know, always. Always excited to cause chaos, make some magic happen. Yes. That is very much.
I still stepped away for a sec, I'm guessing, because her model's no longer tracking.
Yes.
Deal with her little ones, then.
I think I might
and
let Lilith know for the future that these reactives are a little big. I think they need to maybe try and get them down to where this border is.
That cannot see the screen. Send us chat.
Oops.
We're going to be doing a thing called Content Clinic. We are going to be taking a lighthearted.
Lilith needs to shoot reactives for the future.
Ideas that have been submitted via people in the Infinite Live Discord, and we are going to recreate it into what could potentially be entertaining.
Let me get the next thing in my clipboard. I'm hoping they're not going to whiz through this in 2 seconds, because I don't have a ton of these prompts.
This is intended to be lighthearted kind of consulting, or, you know, us completely putting you down, being like, how could you think that that would be any kind of interesting? What are you, a weirdo? You know, because they had I wasn't really specific with this part. I figured I'd let them wing it. That was an example to help them understand. But I feared it might be an idea to let them include it if they want to.
I am so sorry that I was out. I had a really quick emergency. They started crying like really bad. I think one of them pooped, so I had to clean it.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So you had puppy emergency.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, I had a baby puppy emergency. Yeah. I am so sorry. I didn't introduce myself properly. This is a great way to introduce myself. Hi, I'm Sina. Nice to meet you. I am a cinnamon.
Yo, is this what the streams I am a little worried about? This is one of the ones I dug up from my discarded ideas. Ironically, it's dealing with discarded ideas, but
I mean,
we'll see how this one goes.
You magic yourself into
There's 2 people who didn't crop it.
Versus us temporarily. It'll be fine.
Sure. Let's say that I'm going to make a completely inconsiderate joke. Lilith got hungry, some wanted food, and summoned me instead.
I wanted candy, but I got you instead.
Yeah.
You should have specified better.
Yeah, if you know.
Setups are being screen shared in the future.
I have a tendency for spells go wrong like that.
Puppies are one of the best ways to introduce yourself. I have 4 puppies who are currently 5 weeks old, so they are very young, and if I randomly disappear, it is because of them. But I'll try my best to shorten the time as much as possible and give the responsibility to my brother.
There was a few good suggestions. I did shuffle the order.
Why you wouldn't want the puppy time?
I didn't really know what to give them as a lead, to be honest.
Rizel, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you, thank you.
Bloop, bloop.
Why am I up?
Yeah. A lot of these were
Okay.
pretty
We're
confusing
gonna be
confusing
going
for
First prompt.
into our first prompt.
immediate. I feel the one from
Alright.
Argent was
Oh.
probably the one which was easiest to understand.
It is reading and debating the meaning of popular book series.
Someone's gonna say this is good off the bat.
I mean, like, to
I-
me, that sounds like a great time.
Yeah, no, I'm
Like,
actually.
this sounds like a great time.
I have honestly
What,
actually
something that really
debated.
boring?
I've actually debated it straight up bringing out my Lord of the Rings book and start reading it on stream and
Oh,
have it
hell yeah.
dedicated.
Yeah, this
Let's
sounds
read.
like reasonable. It sounds like a
me,
reasonable idea, actually.
Yeah. Especially if, like, you put your acting.
They want to
your
read a
voice
book,
acting
we can
chops,
record
you know?
audiobooks.
Sounds like a great idea.
Can we?
And it's like
It's book club. It's book club.
Is there
Yes,
copyright
it's book
issues with
club.
that? Maybe?
What's even better is I have the setup to where I can actually show the book on stream and you know, physically.
You can do that. Oh,
Yeah, I have that set up.
Although,
It's unfortunate
Although
all
I'm
my
not
books
sure
are
I'm-
packed away right now.
I'm not
I'm
sure if you
genuinely
could
jealous
do
of
that with books that are still under copyright.
I was initially thinking Tolkien.
Yeah, but Lord of the Rings are still under copyright of his estate.
Yeah, but it is
That's
also
right.
like,
I do think the
Well, about
copyright
them.
does prevent it.
there's
So
a
it has to
certain
be
level
discussions.
of,
Fair use.
yeah, fair use. So it's like if I were just sitting on stream quietly,
So
reading it and showing it on stream.
the issue
as
with
I'm
this
reading
idea
it,
is
that would probably
the
not be okay. But that would also be a very boring.
it's one the
You
accessibility.
want to make sure that you
The
are
stream has the prerequisite
reading it
of
loud,
you
making it
seeing,
kind of an
well,
audiobook
not seeing,
kind of
reading the
thing,
book.
Which there are free audiobooks out there.
And then it's kind of a,
Like those do
That is-
exist.
you can have low visibility, especially on Twitch.
What would be good ones to read? Like, those are the free books. Like oh my god, I forget the term.
Yeah, this is probably a bad
It's the
lead.
one-
Domain.
I might
Yeah,
shuffle
okay,
that.
I'm sorry,
Let's
I
see.
was forgetting but what it was called. But books in public domain would probably.
I
be
can
okay.
see
Like,
them
you
saying the
can
next
do
one's a good stream
stuff.
as well.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Or, like,
that,
you know,
I've never
yeah,
actually
you could
read
use
Sherlock.
the Sherlock Holmes series.
Yeah, I've
Sherlock
never
Holmes
read.
would be
Holmes.
very interesting, especially like I think what would be a fun way to do it is that you would be debating over who the culprit is like before, like ahead of time, kind of like D&D ish ahead of time.
Ooh. So like read the first chapter to
I'm
figure out
thinking
who got
Yeah,
murdered and how.
yeah, I'll put that
and
one
then
next.
kind of like have an additional little like sticky note that's visible on stream somewhere, being like, "This is the evidence that we have."
Let me get
This
that
is
one on
who
my
we're
clipboard.
Assuming has done it, and kind of
Yeah.
trace.
Or there's like a reading master, like somebody who like read the entire thing, and then the other
Ooh.
people who are reading through who are being narrated to by like the main reader, right? Like they have to make like approximate choices or like guess what the writer or guess what the story is going to do next. Maybe.
Dude, that is a good way
Yeah.
of getting some like true first reactions to the story.
I think
Yeah.
we've covered most of this prompt except for debating the meaning of the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Like, what do you
It's
mean by
book club.
meaning? Are you trying to assign some
Am
like,
I the only one who understood
philosophical
this?
yeah, that's the word. That's the word.
This is. I'm pretty confident I just copy
Like, are
paste
we
this,
supposed
right?
I love how
me
we are all
going.
struggling with the grammar.
Words are hard, man.
So-
For all that
Uh,
we're all
some
for
there.
doing book club.
Reading, comment,
It
and
sucks
debating the
not
meaning
much.
of from a popular book series.
Y'all can give me slack, right?
The only thing I did was
ESL
capitalize.
English is second language.
That's one way of getting slack, yes.
Yeah, they give me slack.
But my assumption for what
So
the
it's
meaning
like,
was
it's like basically like
the
for beginners, maybe.
you know how old English teachers. I say old English teachers, pretty certain
And then it's
present
like
English teachers
reading
do
out
it.
the plot. If not,
Where
if
they
if Sherlock Holmes is not available, we can just
give
call
you
it
that.
Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
Oh, isn't it?
What did the author
Sherlock
mean by
Holmes.
this? What does this represent?
No, that's actually a really funny fact. Because Sherlock Holmes was a character, in like the Sherlock Holmes books and other books that were technically connected to Sherlock Holmes. He was just a character in a bunch of other stories. They had to like change his name to Sherlock Sholmes because they couldn't use Sherlock Holmes' actual name, but he was basically just Sherlock Sholmes. That's what they did in Great Ace Attorney. If you guys know about Great Ace Attorney, I love Great Ace Attorney.
That
Hey.
Ace Attorney is on my to-play list. I have not gotten it yet. I have not played it.
I definitely
It's a
I
great
have-
series.
playing
Well,
Great Ace.
Maxie.
I have no experience with it except for knowing that the objection beam. That's it.
Objection!
Yes, that's
Objection.
it. That's all I know about Ace
Okay,
Attorney.
currently I'm going through like the investigation
Okay,
series.
I
It's
think
literally
they're
the
on
best,
something.
Worst games put together. It's so good. I love Great Ace. Not Great Ace Attorney. I love Investigations. The one where Miles Edgeworth is the main protagonist. It's so good.
I'm
It's
familiar
so
with it.
good.
That looks to be in a similar
I'm trying
direction
to,
of
like,
what
read
I
through
would
so that
take.
I can get through the second game because the second game is like top tier, but like the first game is like ass.
So in
But
other
it never
words,
got localized until recently.
yeah, no.
But yeah, so
Yeah,
anyways,
fact-
fun fact, yeah.
Yeah, the
Sherlock
fact
Holmes
that
was not
apparently all
in
that
public
good
domain.
what?
Oh dear.
Sherlock Holmes is not Sherlock Holmes is not in public domain. That's why the Great Ace Attorney he was called Sherlock Holmes.
Victor.
Pretty sure it'd be long in public domain by now.
It weirdly
guess-
was it was during the American actually. In Japanese they called him Sherlock Holmes, but in the English version because he was still not yet in public domain when the games were released, they called him Sherlock Holmes,
God.
and they just stuck with it. Yeah,
They
and
committed
actually,
to the
the second
bit.
game was not released in English, so it was the same thing as Investigations, where they released the first one in English, and they didn't localize the
Gone
second
down the
game
Sherlock
until
Holmes
they
rabbit
did
hole.
the remasters, which is the ones that are released now on Steam. The more you know. I know too much about Ace Attorney.
It's interesting to know that
Look, it's a
Ace
problem.
Attorney
I
has
really-
been
I
on
really-
my
Wait, is someone making
Ace
textbooks?
Attorney has been on
sorry, I
my
can't say
my to playlist, and now we're talking about it. It's like it has been there for years.
Yeah. I'm more than happy. Like, if you invite me to go through the game with you, I will.
That might be.
I will happily do it. I will do anything.
I'm
for
so
that
scared
game.
watching Sinner go through things
The
like
Ace Attorney
File.
series
Just
is
be
my
like,
baby.
no.
Oh.
Anyway,
boy.
hi Victor.
Hi, Victor. Okay, now what was I going through? Oh yeah, so the newcomers would try to guess the culprit, and then I think the way we can be like debating.
Make
the
sure I don't
name,
have streamer
maybe
mode
we
on
like
Discord.
debating on what we as newcomers would have done instead, or what our guesses are.
Debate the motives for the murder.
Yeah, debate the motives, maybe debate like how we could
especially
have done the murder.
Sounds like my
Especially
fucking
if it's
English
Sherlock
class.
Holmes
We do the murder.
specific. Like if it's Sherlock Holmes specific, debate the motives. Try and figure out why.
I think they might have hyper focused on Sherlock Holmes here,
Well,
but
I
they
guess
do
it'd
have
be
it.
Basically like
debating on
Sherlock as well.
why we think this one person would do it because look, no alibi. This person has motive to murder.
Yeah, I'm going to. This is the most morbid one. It's like come up with how we could do better. given all that we figured out, it's like
The stream was pushed back. How far at this point? 3 hours back? This was supposed to be my bedtime.
I can only imagine doing the murder.
We could write better than this.
Do some of the murder books with like the murder she wrote and what was the other one?
Yeah.
Something paradise.
Something paradise.
There's a my nana watches a lot of murder mystery shows, which were originally books that they took and turned it into episodes for show. And there's one that I remember where it's like there's a British detective in like the Bahamas, classic island paradise. I don't know I don't remember for sure if it was in the Bahamas, but it's an American-esque island.
Is Nancy
I have a
Drew
feeling they're gonna
like,
get
public
apart, so I'm gonna prepare to improvise some
Nancy
part
Drew's a
You
good
could
one.
also
on
do
their
Nancy
behalf.
Drew with the same ones, yeah. Or like even like the oh my god, what book series are
I
those?
can
It's
see
a
it's
horror
going
series.
wrong. I anticipate if they don't do this, I'm gonna get yelled at for doing it.
I really want to like it would be really cool.
Maybe you could compare things, like compare Nancy Drew to Sherlock Holmes, like, and observe how they tackle mysteries
Women
differently.
and men and women. Or Agatha Christie. Honestly, Agatha
Christie is a classic.
She has a lot of classics. I think they're already all in public domain now for the most part.
The author herself is considered a classic.
Murder in the Orient is the most
Did she
classic
write
from what I remember?
Murder the Orient Express? Was she
she wrote Murder on the Orient.
Yeah. Then I know of her works.
Yeah, I know her because of Bungo Stray Dogs.
My first introduction to her was the episode
movie
of Doctor Who that concentrated on her.
Oh.
Yeah.
I really find her, Agatha Christie is so interesting because she knows so much about poisons that her knowledge is so expansive that people like doctors use her as
I'm
reference.
preparing myself
like, to the point
for a response right now.
Yeah.
Because her knowledge in poison is just so specific.
And the fact that she uses poison a lot for a lot of her murder mysteries too.
It's very interesting. It's a very good read. I would
and
love
that's
to do
one
like
that's one of those things where it's like, hey,
Chrissy,
you're morbid, but you're morbid for fun.
There's another mystery novel writer. I'm forgetting his name.
What are some of the books?
It's not Edogawa Rampo. Edogawa Rampo was. I'm thinking of someone else. It's not Edogawa Rampo. Who is the other one?
You know when you feel like you misspelled a word? I've read some prerequisite. I'm looking at it like this is wrong, but I think it's right.
Inspired by the writer I'm thinking of. Because he was also a mystery novel writer, but he was a Japanese novel writer.
Oh.
I'm trying to Edgar Allan Poe! There, that's the name I was thinking of.
I don't normally think of Edgar Allan Poe as a mystery writer.
Wasn't he?
No, yeah, he does a lot. He does a lot of poets.
Exactly, no.
Poems.
I remember. I know he did poems.
He did short stories and poems that were all horror-esque and very
macabre.
Yeah, that's the word, macabre. Like I was trying to say it's like.
I know that maybe it's because I forgot what books I've read of Edgar Allan Poe. I forget, but I know that his works they still have a lot of mystery in them, so that would be fun as well.
Also fair.
Most of our ideas are related to like mysteries and murder.
Mysteries and murders are the way to go here.
I think this would be a good idea. What would we give like this a title for?
Sorry for the delay on the head pats, Rise. I did not notice them.
Maybe it's like a, what would we call it? It's like the detectives club. It sounds so basic. Like,
But
what could be a
works.
better name? I'm always an alliteration type of person. How about you guys when you like name your streams and stuff?
Don't look at me for that. I just throw shit at the wall and hope that it sticks.
Okay, wait.
It's
Let me
Otto
check
has already
Soma's title.
pointed it out to me that it's like I throw shit at the wall and sometimes it comes out great. Sometimes we kind of sit there and go, why?
Suddenly stream.
Fine.
Okay, wait. I'm going to think.
I don't actually think the creative content part's bad,
Because there's also terms like sleuth.
but suddenly stream.
I think that's how we end. I think that's how we end like each prompt, you know, with a stream title.
Okay.
Well, this is also if the books are if you're are only doing the mystery books.
Debate, dictate, detect.
Detect, debate, dictate, and dastardly.
We'll quickly get the
Oh,
next prompt in for them.
Use the term
Worst.
detective.
Trio.
Dilemma. Okay, I'm like, I love your naming.
The click to add text is gone.
Yeah, it's like dastardly detectives. It's like if Chip and
Going
Dale
through all
were
the
worse at
D
their
words.
jobs and were just always getting
Yeah.
into trouble, but somehow everything worked out.
Look, we all have we have all been gifted with large I spelled dilemma wrong. Ignore that.
The pickles
Ignore
is
that.
fine.
ESL.
You're just
Ignore that. Ignore
you're
that.
just chucking pickles
Ignore
at
that.
people.
Ignore
It's
that.
fine.
ESL. I can't spell, y'all. Thank you, autocorrect.
Woo woo. Autocorrect. All right, are we ready to
You know,
move on
we are
to the
all
next
gifted.
topic?
We are all gifted in our upper
How long did that one
chest
take?
area. So
Okay.
we have triple D's. Triple D's nuts.
I have more than enough prompts. Okay, in that case, I can be picky.
Like that.
No.
That's weird.
But you can rest in between. I'm used to that. That sounds hella weird, but this makes sense for me.
In that case, let's make sure we
sugar
include
gliders,
the
and,
named
you know,
ones.
The best way to bond with them is when they sleep
So
in
1,
between
2,
your
3.
bra. So
Okay,
it's the
then.
best way to bond.
That's
Random facts. Moving on. Let's
Yeah,
not think
time
about
to
it
move on.
anymore.
If you ever
I
squeeze
don't
together,
want 2 mean ones
say
in a
goodbye to your sugar
row.
glider.
It's minor white.
Throughout
Minor
the
white
stream,
enough, it's fine.
progressively ban common words that the talents can say, such as the, you, I, or something relevant to a game activity like shoot, jump, water, until communication becomes unintelligible.
Unintelligible.
The
Grammar
struggle
words.
with that is if you take out enough of the words,
I mean,
you're not going to have a streamer talking anymore.
you know, to be interesting, if you made a game out of it where it's guess the imposter, where everyone else knows about it, but only one person who's the imposter doesn't, so they have to guess based on what words people are trying to avoid.
Oh, that's interesting.
What's more ironic is you could do that basically entirely with Discord DMs.
Yeah,
Like,
you can.
Have Connor or be the game master who
I
decides
just
who's the
have Connor
imposter and who isn't.
This is what I have to deal with. So we can go,
Yeah,
oh,
and
your
they
job
have
doesn't
to
appear that
clearly
hard.
Figure out what the word is.
We just have Connor do.
It would be better though if
You guys have no idea how many
playing
streams
another-
I am sitting there
another game as
behind the
well.
scenes,
Yeah.
sending messages,
Yeah,
I mean, it does say
or just handling some sort of
more-
rules.
It does say that it's related to whatever game or activity people are doing, so I think that makes sense.
Yeah, so some
But it's like that would probably be like VR chat or
Oh crap, I
Gmod.
forgot. I'll
thinking
subtract 2
something
minutes.
or
like a
maybe
cooperative
Let's make that
game, like
33. I've
Left
got
4
to
Dead.
Sam.
Like,
33 should be
maybe
near enough.
something where you can do like one round of like doing the game, and then figure out like wait something like like
Yeah,
during
once-
nightfall or something like
Yeah,
during,
once
like,
we
during
get
like
to
a survival game maybe
Yeah, once we get to a checkpoint, so once we get to it, once we get to a checkpoint, or we all die, then we stop playing the game for a moment and try and guess who the imposter is, based on
Yeah.
what people have been saying.
Yeah, which is
I
kinda why
think
it's like,
maybe
was
next
assuming
time I meet with Lilith, I
Harry's
might
mod would be a good
talk
one
to her
because they
about
have
Gabby.
called Harry's mod,
just for when there's an
and you
active
could
collaboration
use
going on.
that, and you just kind of ignore the actual game structure for it. Or you could use the game structure as it picks the imposters for you. And the game master could use the game's auto pick to
I think a game where
Might actually
Game
steal
that-
this.
runs on the same premise of most us are
But it's
cooperating
not.
and one person is an imposter would get a bit too confusing when accusing imposters. So I think something where we're all working together.
This would
would
have
work
to be a
better.
part
That
of
would
something.
make more sense. Maybe we could also get the imposter to
Project
like
Winter.
sabotage as well. Really.
Project
Like
Winter is
Among
another
Us.
good one for having
Project
having
There's a whole
Yeah.
game around this, isn't there?
like that's another good one that has
That is straight up a
Or-
game.
or-
They've just.
or like
working
Raft,
together
or
Right?
like Planet Crafter.
yeah.
Like basically like the
Mhm.
basic survival games. Planet Crafter I think would be okay. Or
Yeah,
Power
some of the struggle with the survival games is their goals might be a bit far far in the future to have it be a round
Do we think
type
Victor knows Gabby's an AI?
of game, and that's where I think that we would struggle with is
Wait, what do you mean?
if it like take for instance if we use Pal World and we
Right.
were trying to have the group work together towards a goal
Mm-hmm.
and having the imposter or sabotage those goals. A lot of the Pal World goals are far enough away that there's no easy spot to be like, okay, this is the end of the round. We move on to the next game.
I mean, that's kind of why we have like instead of every round, it's every day if it's a survival game.
Yeah.
So it's like when night falls, that's when you do the debate.
Okay.
So that's why it's like applicable for like even like Minecraft, for example. So like there's
Yeah.
like one big major objective like throughout maybe the entire stream, and every single day there will be not only just a word being banned, but they also have to vote one of the players. And then maybe they get like some jail time for the rest of the day if they get caught.
I can just imagine someone going all out for actually designing the jail.
Yeah, probably.
Or they just get booted from the game and just have to watch.
That would
Until
suck
eventually,
though. I would feel bad
Looks
if
like it's
people
the next
get
one.
booted out.
Yeah,
I think it would be
no.
way funnier if they're just in a cage for
Yeah,
people to
okay.
mock them. At least in my opinion, in my opinion, it would be way funnier if they were just in a jail cell where people would mock them for like the entire like day or round. And then if they do get caught, if like the imposter gets caught,
Yeah.
then they reshuffle for who the imposter is.
Yeah. Or in that case, maybe there should be at least 2 imposters.
Okay.
Yeah, so the
Yeah,
Alright,
generally
I'll hold
give the
because I can
imposter guy
see
Both
they
of
can
us.
see what I'm editing.
Okay.
I don't think they can read what it says, at least not
Also,
that well, can they?
Gabby the ghost wants to know if
Oh,
they get to
nope. They can read it very
so
well.
The,
Yeah,
so
generally
the
give the
game won't be over
imposter guy a
until
team.
both were caught.
Okay.
Also, Gabby the ghost wants to
So
know
I'll
if
hold on
they
the
get
full
to
pasting
haunt
then
whoever
until
comes
they're done
That's
with
kind of
this
the
one.
deal, right? So it's like the accused goes to jail, and then they wait for the entire round for the next round, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Mhm.
And if they wind up getting sat in jail for like 2 rounds, then they get murdered automatically. They don't get to try and survive past that.
I'm trying to think like how we can balance this. Like if the accused goes to jail, like what if they're innocent?
That-
Do they get released immediately or do they get released through half the day?
They're not
No,
really
they
bad
have
then.
to-
Do
they
they
But I
have to
think
try to
I'll.
until the next round?
They have to try and convince their fellows that they're actually
Mhm.
innocent, and they get 2 days to attempt.
Sure,
it.
I kind of want to steal this concept, but I'm not quite
While they're
sure
in jail?
how else
Yeah.
you
Like,
use it.
when it comes to voting period, they get added back in, and it's like you either convince them that you're innocent.
Right now, it feels
Hey,
very much like a
I think
modifier,
this
which is a
person
good
does-
thing,
and
actually.
sabotaging them because this stuff all happened while I was still in jail.
Okay.
But if they
Yeah, that
get
sounds
locked
fair.
up again for like 3 rounds in a row by that third night,
Yeah.
if they're still in jail, they get murked. They get
Yeah,
voted
that
out
sounds
there.
fair.
It's like, yeah, no.
Okay.
Morning,
try
Argent.
adding that in.
Hi, Argent.
Hi, Argent. What am I thinking of? If they're in Yeah, that sounds like a great idea.
Yeah.
This idea this is going pulled together nicely. Who knows? Maybe if Connor if Bossman really likes it, he'll turn it into an actual stream.
Hey, if you think
Not
about
Yeah,
saying
it,
mind
his
readers.
streams are bad.
if you think about it, this entire stream is
This is not a
basically
dig
just
at him.
free content ideas for
Yeah,
him.
this is just
Mhm.
this is
That's
just
why I
him. This
said
is just us doing more
something-
work.
At least one of these streams could potentially become real.
Oh, I'm on the
Yeah,
Infinite Live
at
account.
this point, it's like we're just giving Connor ideas for what he wants to do for the bi-weekly collab streams.
Oh, of course I am on it.
Imagine.
Imagine. He's definitely gonna use it. Oh, it's a first time chat for me. Damn.
Nice.
Okay. Damn,
I don't
didn't
use this
realize that
account
Infinite
often.
Live only did that for only did the first chat stream for me to this back. That's so mean. Whatever.
Fine.
That hurts. That hurts when you realize that this is the first time they ever.
To be fair, the Infinite Live accounts aren't really all that active. I can't.
That's true, but still, that hurts. Like not
Ouch.
even during my debut.
Yeah, I know.
Damn. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's try coming up with a stream title. I rarely log into this account. It's been over a year. You should log in
Yeah.
more.
I feel like we should
At least
probably.
support your at least.
I feel
Yeah,
like we
at
should
least support your
probably
streamers, man.
come up with something to do on the Infinite Live channel.
I don't imagine if that
Yeah,
was in my
maybe
to do.
this.
Yeah, take these bi-weeklies and stream it
Yeah.
Stream it on the Infinite Live account too.
Right, I never told them I'm doing this, did I?
Yeah. Why
It's like
can't
you
guys
hate-
do that instead of like
you hang
streaming on,
out.
like one I'm just saying, it's like if we're doing these kinds of things, where it's easier to like just have one person doing all of it in the background. It would be probably easier to live stream it all in the.
I was just.
There's
kinda
actually.
thinking, have.
I was a little
have
hesitant to do
I've
this.
just kind of stream one solid version, whereas some of the other talents might hop from image to image, or from scene to scene. I probably fucked up how I was trying to explain it. I'm sorry.
Word it carefully. There is an imposter.
No, I won't send that to them now. Let's not.
Among us.
Amogus. Yeah, that works. If anyone has any other ideas for a stream title, be my guest.
No.
Probably
I
wrong
realize
4
like
stars.
how much I lack in grammars. This is
Grammars.
Yusel, have
Case in
mercy.
point.
Yusel. Grammars. Grams. Fuck!
I don't know what would be.
Mercy, have
I mean, I
mercy.
think
Yusel,
imposter is good
Yusel,
to
I'm not
include
good
in the
at- I'm not
title,
good at
but
English.
You found
Pero hindi
crackers.
masyado akong magaling din sa Tagalog kasi ko yan.
Fine.
Sorry po.
I was hesitant to put this on the main channel because I wanted to utilize these stream together and actually have people,
Whack
getting
words.
viewership on their own channel. Which is the reason I thought about having, what's it called?
There you go.
Behind the scenes perspective, which is what we have now. I didn't just want to do a switching perspective. I thought it would be decent, but that feels like something I put in a video, not a stream.
Don't say a
But,
word. Ooh.
Ooh. Also good. Also
I like
good.
that.
Get it? Because band is also like a double meaning because banned means that you can also get kicked out. Or banned as in like the word is banned, like you can't say it.
maybe we could take Elia for this.
There you go.
Because
And
they
you're also
can't
banding
normally
together,
stream
so
in the
you're, like,
morning due
working
to bad
together.
internet. If I would just grab them into a call, I could
Way to play on
probably
those words,
I
you
like
wing
know.
those
something
ideas.
here.
Yeah. I was in a creative writing class. That's like the only reason why I survived.
Not that be incredibly upset
oh,
with
yeah,
me
I
if I
just
say,
wanted
hey,
to-
how you doing on 10 a.m.s?
So-
Yeah, at
Although
least
I think
you
that is a great
managed to
night.
put what you learned to good use.
Oh yeah, I failed that class.
Hey, you tried at least.
Oh yeah. I
Did
tried.
they
It's
look
just
at you
that-
and tell you that you failed because grammar?
No, but yeah, that's
Or were
exactly
they
what
looking
happened.
at
Like,
you going, you're
they
not
looked through
creative?
and they said it's like they like all of my pages, like majority of the work was like, okay, you have this grammar error here, you have so many comma.
Yeah, I
comma
think that
usage here,
this
you're not
is
supposed to do
good. It
that.
just falls
You're
short
also
on the
not supposed to
titling
do
right
it,
now.
Exclamation question mark exclamation
first
point
title is
together. You're
good,
not supposed to
but
do
too
that.
long.
I didn't know that.
Second
I mean, I
one
did.
and
What's I
third
supposed to do?
one, I
Oh
think,
my
struggle a
God,
bit.
Who is doing that?
Like that?
Yeah, well, no, it's like phrase, comma. My professor did not like that. But I did
Honestly,
it a lot.
exclamation question mark is a common thing in English. The
You're not
fuck?
supposed to do that apparently, specifically with like publishing, and I'm like, oh my god, I didn't know that. I didn't know that until they told me.
There are
And I'm like,
so
really?
many books that I've read that have them together. It's used most
I'm
commonly.
surprised.
to
I
express
think
shock through.
I think we're gonna put the stars in a sec.
Yeah, that's why I was. Hi, Red Green. Good to see
Hi, Red.
you. It's
Ah, Rand. Welcome to the lurk.
working. feel free to spam my lurk emote if you have it. I don't know if you do.
I don't
No,
even.
it's
I
on my
don't know.
subs though.
I don't know. Oh, if Red. I don't
It's
think
on my
Red has
subs.
gone
It's a
through.
sugar glider. It's actually my pet sugar glider.
I don't think Red has gone through and
This is a
followed
random.
everyone
This is a
from
random
Infant
ass.
Live.
Oh, just
This is a random drop.
good. Just give that be a little
Random
awkward if
drop
the
from my
Infinite Live
everyone
channel
who
wasn't
subscribes.
following one of these.
I need the money. Anyways,
Jeez.
yeah, I think a good. I think these are all good names for the most part.
Yep. Black words.
Yeah. Okay. I just saw what the next prompt is, and I refuse to
Okay,
acknowledge it. Do you have another prompt, Connor? Please. Let's not do that. Give us another prompt. Bossing.
next.
Oi. Oh, the fuck. Only if you play Lord of the Rings with me.
I have to tempt her somehow.
Look, okay. Here's my problem though. I have played League of Legends. I don't play it anymore. I play Wild Rift and I play something that's very specific to Southeast Asia, which is called Mobile Legends Bang Bang. So we call it Mobile Legends. So it's on the phone, and I play that. I am so toxic. I don't want. You know what? I'm what's called a reformed League of Legends player. You know, where I
Just
don't
gonna-
touch the game anymore. I'm not as toxic of a person anymore. You know. I'm
Also, yes,
reformed. I don't want to go
Argent.
back to those dark ways. So what you're saying is she has a chance, probably. But I'm going to avoid it as much as possible unless somebody like forces me into playing like Wild Rift or something,
I think I
or
played
ML,
with her once,
honestly.
but I don't like the fact that I had to create a whole new account in order to play with her.
I like how most of them are
Oh
covering
yeah.
this.
It's like I didn't have any of my
I-
Yordles saved because you need to go to Asia.
I don't want to give it. Yeah. Wait, it's on Asia server?
Yeah, she plays on the Asia servers. And
Oh, actually, you know what? In ML, in Mobile Legends, you don't need to have servers.
Yeah.
So it'll probably be better if you just went to Mobile Legends instead. No. Actually, Google Play now has on beta. They now have available on PC. Mobile Legends is one of them. So we could totally play that instead of League of Legends, and it's a lot easier to get into compared to League of Legends. I'm just saying, like, of course you're gonna meet like a bunch of toxic people. It's just as equal, but I think playing in there is a lot easier. I'm just saying. If you had an ultimate clue finding tool in a game, what would it look like? I want mine to glow whenever someone's lying. How would you know though? Because not everyone lies in a certain way, and it's like, how would you know? Because sometimes like lying has a bunch of nuance in it. That's so ambiguous.
Gabby says the strangest things.
No, I'm like thinking about this because maybe it's the okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's a general
Someone's
issue
getting pink.
anyway.
But yeah. The big problem, you guys are all over the place. No matter what server you pick, someone's getting pinged. That's true.
And that's one of the reasons I don't push League of Legends outside of practice League of Legends.
Yep.
I think Mobile Legends is probably the one where you'll have the easiest time. Because Lilith and I are close by.
Yeah, where I...
So we would have the easiest time, but then no one else.
We're in the Pacific.
Why, Connor? Can't you do more recruits who are people from like our side of the world? We feel so alone.
Yeah,
I feel
lonely.
Yes, please.
I feel lonely, but it's entirely my own fault because I'm nocturnal in the U.S.
Well, you know what? That benefits us because that means we can all hang.
Yes.
Yeah.
How do I break it to them nicely that
the Rings game, okay?
there's not many applicants from this world?
I was worried maybe I'd be streaming too late for them, but nope.
Most of mine are Southeast Asians.
I actually get a lot of British people.
I don't know. I I occasionally get like the Western person, but it's mostly like Southeast Asian people and people with ADHD specifically.
Wow, way to call them out like that, man.
No, I'm
Ouch.
serious. Some people they go to my stream and they say it's like you hit the exact same pits that like really like scratch that itch in my brain for ADHD, and I'm like, I too have ADHD,
Yeah,
so that's probably why.
ping is actually a huge problem with
Look,
any
I'm going
collab we
I'm going
run.
through therapy right now.
Well,
to
you
figure
have-
out-
I'm sure when we
Yeah.
see the Minecraft
Yeah.
collaborations
I'm going
from
through therapy
Lilith's
right now to
end,
figure
that
out all my ADHD
there's
problems, and it's
significant
like, oh,
amount of
yeah.
lag
So, you
comparative
know what's a fun fact
to
about me? I used to fall down the stairs at,
let's say
flight of
Soma's
stairs at
end,
least, like once a month.
because I normally get the servers
Yeah,
hosted in the
I
US,
It's an
Fall?
ADHD thing.
either Europe or the US. I believe the common one is actually
That's
Europe,
way.
because there was more
Me too.
Europeans
Yeah.
than
But then, like,
Americans.
It's so funny. It's so funny. The only time I ever tripped on air is the only time I ever got like a really bad injury, which was like sprained ankle. But every other time when I fall down a flight of stairs, I come out completely
I definitely have
fine.
too many problems with this.
That's luck. It's like
That is pure luck.
90% of the time when
That is
I'm falling,
absolutely pure luck.
when I
remember-
actually
This is
fully fall instead of just trip and stumble.
this is yeah. I don't know. You might be you're both witches and wizards. You might be able to if you know about feng shui and stuff. One of my
Yeah.
friends came to my house. She's super into feng shui. She realized that we have the ashes of our dead pets like right in front of the door, and she's like, "You don't.
Oh.
You shouldn't do that. That's bad luck." And it's like, "Oh well."
Yeah.
That's probably why you fall down the stairs, and I'm like, "Oh."
Red also falls upstairs. Yeah, no,
Falling
it's just
upstairs is
a.
honestly, that's a skill. That's a
I
skill to fall
don't-
up the stairs.
I
That's
do
like
that too.
what do you call
Yeah,
it? It's
I
like,
get.
I
get what
fall
you
up
mean,
the stairs more
you
often than I
trip
fall
as you're
down the
going
While
down,
stairs.
they
stumble forwards.
have their banter moment, I'm gonna run to the toilet
I
and
get what
fall
you're
up the
coming.
wait
stairs
for them to
more
figure
often
out
than I
that there's
fall
a
down.
prompt on the next screen.
But more
I have
often
to
Need
than
to come
not,
up with
I
signal
am
to let them know to
tripping
move on.
on nothing, on flat ground.
but yeah, that's probably like a lot of bad luck. But then I also learned like while taking like a bunch of like ADHD tests, they said that oh yeah, you're more likely to lose balance because you forget things, and I'm like, oh, that's a thing. I had no idea. I legitimately had no idea.
Wait, does that mean that you just forget how to walk? Is that the reason?
No, it's more of like you're not paying attention to the ground because you're just so focused on a bunch of other stuff that you end up tripping and falling and losing balance.
Yeah, I could have told you that.
Because you're
I get
because
distracted.
you're just thinking about so much stuff. Yeah, because you're just thinking about so much stuff. Apparently, that's an ADHD thing, and I'm like, what? That is? I thought that's just not being. I just thought that's just being clumsy. No, that's also an ADHD thing. You can also be clumsy, yeah, but then it's like I didn't know that also attributes to ADHD. And I'm like, oh.
Honestly, I kind of expect that because I have the tism, and that's
Oh, you do?
yeah. I'm diagnosed. I'm
mm.
diagnosed
I
Asperger's.
have an arrow.
I am like
Oh.
literally autistic, and
Oh.
you know it.
That's
Yeah.
yeah. VTubers, we all got mental illnesses. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
trying to make digs here. It's just very interesting to learn about all those stuff.
Yeah, but it's like I have the
recently
tism.
got diagnosed, and I'm like, oh.
It's like I have the tism. I've
I'm
known
so
that I've
sorry
had the
also.
tism
As
for.
knowing what's happening in America, I'm so sorry for you.
Yeah.
Like for real.
Thankfully, I mostly ignore it because
Ever
that's
had
not in
any
my
weird
sphere.
time zone mix-ups with collabs? Oh my god.
Well,
Huh?
I think so. I mean,
Discord.
We use
There's a program
dynamic
on
Discord
Discord
time,
where
so
you
it's
play
been a
cards
while.
to adjust the time zones depending on who's talking.
yeah, that makes things a hell of a lot easier. One thing that's particularly that's been a recurring problem with me is that some states in Australia have daylight savings,
And some don't.
and
It's
and
one of my
my
cursed
state doesn't
things.
have daylight savings, so that's caused confusion sometimes.
Yeah, that tripped me up going from
My country has a very specific
winter-
time zone. We literally call it PHT. Which is so annoying because whenever people use like the
This is
what do you
turning
call
to
it?
just
UST,
chatting.
UTC. I forget what it's called. What is that term called? Either way, for us we
United-
call it PHT.
You know what?
I forget what
Let's
it's
just
called.
give that a quick
I
flash and
don't
see if they
know, I've
notice.
lost the
Universal
train.
time zone?
Yeah, the term for time zones
What
is like
the-
UTC plus 8, right?
What was that?
GMT too.
Did anyone else see that arrow on?
Something flashed.
Chat?
Yes.
I
Yes,
think
there was a
I
thing
think that
that
was kind of
flashed.
prompting us to go to the next one.
Oh, okay.
I think
we
he's
talked
realized
too
that
long.
we've gotten distracted.
praise be ADHD brains.
Distraction. Oh,
Look, you can't expect us to stay on topic forever. Moving on.
cold call. Random
what's
phone
this?
numbers. and
Okay,
listed on
I
YouTubers
am
doing
now
trivia.
equipping an arrow into my
That's
arsenal
like a
of
terrible idea.
keep them
Unfortunately
going.
for
This sounds like a
you-
violation.
Yeah, unfortunately
Sounds
for
like
you,
a violation.
almost no one actually picks up on
Connor's tingling the ADHD.
random phone calls now.
I mean,
I think I
we're
have a
in
bell
the wrong
somewhere.
Time for this to work. I mean,
If it was like if it was mid '90s, it would be great.
No, I mean like. I mean, what you can do is just like, isn't there like those like
Wait.
Where
This would be a
go back
great
to the
thing.
2000s?
still you.
Isn't what is that? What is that one?
The
Is that
VTuber.
I've got a landline.
Right?
The VTuber
Shoot.
Eagle.
Where is that? We could do that.
Yeah.
Millions.
I think
Have
Lil has
millions of
used
dollars.
That give.
Isn't it the other way around? Have millions of dollars first, then build a time machine to go back to the 2000s?
Yeah.
It is
Millions
also
of dollars
if you're going
twice.
back to the 2000s, you may as well get a head
I
start on
wasn't-
the VTuber thing.
I wasn't born in the 2000s.
Oh yeah, that.
Well, no,
that's
I was
right,
born in 2001,
Oh yeah.
but not
That's,
exactly.
Yeah, the VTuber
Oh.
thing didn't pick up
Not exactly
up
2000.
speed
Yeah,
until like
That's put a
2020.
dent in that plan.
Yeah, you're gonna ask
mean,
VTuber
it's
trivia, and
basically
they're gonna look at you. They're gonna look at you and be like, "The fuck is a VTuber?"
Isn't there like
Because
isn't there, like-
YouTube
isn't
didn't
there, like,
even
an Omegle
exist
right
until
now?
2007.
I mean, like what? Omegle.
Lilith might know the name of it. She's done a
Mm,
stream on it before.
Oh me.
The
Voop
VTuber
chat,
Omegle.
well,
Yeah.
Yeah, Voop chat. Well, the problem is that's made for VTubers. So
Oh, commercial break.
So, yeah.
Well, I thought it would be normie. And I know that Omegle shut down. There's something called Emerald Chat. And Chat Roulette.
I'm the first true VTuber.
Tiny
Yes,
Chat.
Argent. I mean, if
Cancer.
you think about it,
Bazoo Cam. What the fuck? Face flow.
Hatsume
Sound
Miku was
toss.
technically the first VTuber because she's the one that started
Here's the
pushing the
verse.
technology like
Eh,
that.
No,
She's-
well,
Really.
technically
She
she's
provides the
she's the
template
first
for
virtual idol.
VTubing.
That's different.
Hmm.
She's technically the first virtual idol, not first VTuber.
I keep track for us
Yeah.
If we're going
ADHD.
into specifics.
Like first VTuber.
They get
Because
sidetracked
I-
way too
right.
easily. I need
Gives you an eye.
like
yeah.
someone to just
Yeah.
put things.
The technology that was used
Back
to bring
on track.
Miku up into like the 3D space is what kind of started laying
Yeah,
out
Miku isn't
the
a
basics.
VTuber, she's a computer program.
Yeah, but it's like the technology that was used to bring her into the 3D space and start animating her is kind of what had people looking into how can we operate this and have it track an actual person.
That's true,
Yeah,
but
like,
at the same time, that's also a lot of
Because
what
it's a
they
bit
were
for,
using
like,
as like
the
foundation stuff for like a bunch of
foundation.
other
Hmm.
stuff.
For a lot of
Because
She was the
it's like it's a bunch
foundation.
for like CG and stuff.
I have
So
two
she's
sounds.
a VTuber,
Yes, I do.
But she did contribute
She-
to the development of VTubers.
Yes.
Yeah, she.
Mhm.
I isn't I technically the first VTuber?
Yes, she was the very first one.
She was the first one who used the term.
She coined the term. Yeah, before
She coined
her,
the term.
there were some people who used animated avatars for their videos on YouTube.
Yes, but then like that wasn't really that wasn't that yeah that they walked before we could run.
Yes.
Mhm.
It was a very slow
But
crawl
yeah,
in the beginning, okay?
yeah,
Because,
but yeah,
like,
Kizuna Ai is one of the first true blue like VTubers that
there
follow like the format
there
that
was a
we're all familiar
video.
There's
There's a video
This
somewhere that
this
goes
one of the
over
looser
VTubing, and
structured
supposedly
streams,
the very
which gives
first
them a lot of freedom to
iteration
just
of the
do as they
foundations
please.
for VTubing was back in like the 90s.
But
yeah a lot of the
I don't
foundations,
remember.
they get very
much,
sidetracked.
It's like
I
a
know.
lot of the
They-
foundation
This is
stuff.
a
I don't
lot
think
of,
it's
like,
necessarily a
I'm
bad
going
thing.
to end up derailing again.
I'm so
Yep.
sorry.
So
Well,
anyway,
it's like-
I already sense it,
so
but
so
I think
what
it
do you
should be
reckon?
like something.
Should we ask normies or should we ask potential VTubers and VTuber fans?
If you
I
go
think it
for
would make sense to be VTubers because they're asking about VTuber
All right.
trivia. And if we
Yeah.
ask about VTuber
Okay,
trivia to people who don't know shit, then yeah.
Yeah, because like if you're wanting to question normies, then you're better off going to a convention and asking your
If you-
questions at a convention, because then you might get
You're
people
more
that
likely.
actually
You're
know.
more like you might get people.
Like you might get people that
If
know.
it's normies, if it's normies, then you would be doing instead like introduction.
I'm getting a
type of
derailing
thing, where
button.
It's like name this, and it's like see how close you can get to the name as possible.
Mhm.
Or
It's that sort of thing.
yeah,
Or it's like guess the lore
or
based
what
on like a character's
what
design
is this
and stuff.
character?
Yeah.
I cannot change this
Because
text
like,
color.
there's some
Or- yeah,
people
Very
that
interesting.
there's some people whose
Yeah.
designs
If
does
it's for
not.
normies, there's like two
Yeah, that-
there's like two versions.
There we go. I've got a derailing button.
Which is one for normies and the other one is for. Sorry, I'm gonna cut this in half.
Yeah, these guys.
Yeah,
I've gone from 0 buttons to
some
3
VTubers
buttons
do
today.
that with their parents.
Yeah.
Oh,
Asking
Exactly.
them to VTubers and guess their name. Asking them to guess their name.
Omegle no longer exists, Argent.
That's true. Omegle doesn't exist, but there are a lot of like imitations of what.
Yeah, we
Omegle
had
is.
you have to go with the knockoff Omegles now.
Yeah, the knockoff.
Because
Omegles.
apparently Omegle had too many grooming opportunities.
And there's also a bunch of like ooh.
And doxing opportunities, and all the scary stuff.
Silence don't make me feel old. I actually was never. I wasn't. Was I born when Omegle was popular? This is I'm
Wow.
I'm aging myself by doing this, but
Ouch!
nope.
when was
That is
That does make me feel old.
fully unallowed.
Dear
It's
Lord.
content.
when was Omegle is still online? Oh, Omegle is open.
I think I read about reopening.
It was created in 2009, so I was like, I didn't even have the internet that back then. I was too young.
I was entering high school.
I was in like I was in like grade school. Yeah, you're at grade school at like 8.
I'm lucky.
I'm aging myself. by doing
2009 would have been the start of 9th grade.
So yeah, this would fall into a band
this. Yeah.
stream.
Like trying to figure out, like, all of our grading systems are different in each country.
Yeah, I was as the start of
'Cause I went through
2009 was
kindergarten.
the end
I went
the
to
end of middle
kindergarten
school
prep.
middle school, and then the start was the end of 2009 was starting high school, 9th grade.
For me, like I had to skip a grade because it was to adjust for a government law where they changed the grading system in our schools,
Oh.
like worldwide. So it got very confusing really fast.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very confusing because it's like for me, I grew up with kinder 1, kinder 2, then prep,
Just gonna get
and then
this
after that grade
ready.
1, grade 2, grade 3. But now they completely removed
Yeah.
prep school, so it's now just K1, K2, then grade 1, grade 2, grade 3. So
It
yeah,
it took me a long time. Yeah, in Australia, kindergarten comes before preschool, and it took me a long time to find out it's the other way around in America.
Yeah, preschool is, before all of the school. And then you go kindergarten, because kindergarten is considered school. And
yeah,
so
that's
preschool is
I'm
preschool.
it's weird. Yeah, that's why it's weird. Like I keep seeing it's like prep school is like before kinder, and I was like, I had it before, I had it after, and I'm like, huh? I don't
Yeah.
get
Yeah,
it.
I know. Australia's school system changed too to and
It's
prep
also
school was
it's
added.
also
I'm
a thing
not
of
entirely sure what it is.
preschool is
Just
not
get that ready.
required in many states.
Whoa, computer.
But you are always required to go to kindergarten.
Please don't minimize everything.
Because
The more you
kindergarten
know, the more you
That
know.
was
We're
just
like
for
learning.
collapse. Oh yes, yes. Especially after since joining Infinite Live. I was just talking to Gabby.
Yes.
Thank you for getting used to like all of that stuff. I used to be in a different group before this. Not the group that where you and I used to be in, Lilith. I'm talking about a group I was in before. They were all majority of us were Southeast Asians except one person. So we always had like bad jet lag because of this one person. Not to blame him at all. It was just like, damn, I realized how bad it was to like figure out time zones and stuff. It kicks you in the ass.
Yeah, and to
Yeah.
answer Gabby again, surprisingly, I'm able to adjust to strange sleep schedules quite well.
At this point,
Yeah,
it's like I'm more of a night owl than a morning person. Because it's like, oh yeah.
See, I'm
I want
noticing
to take
everyone
care of
seems to be
puppies at,
becoming
like,
night owls so
1
they can collab, but
a.m. And it's
then
like,
that makes
okay,
me think,
I'm just going
well,
to
if
stream
everyone
right
just
before
didn't
that, wait
become a
until
night
like
owl,
12
everyone be
a.m.
awake
and
during the
then
day.
stream on that time, and then now I can take care of puppies.
Puppies.
It's perfect. Puppies. I love my puppies so much. They're all so cute. But they all
What-
have
Why do you
God, I
think
don't
that
know it
a
anymore.
time zone could be fun, Gabby?
Yeah,
What would make a
I don't know
time
how to
zone
answer that.
entirely fun?
I don't think. Well, technically, the best time zone would be a time zone that doesn't change based on the seasons.
So in other words, what I'm hearing
Yeah,
is you want to go to Arizona,
my time zone,
or
which doesn't have
My time zone doesn't
savings.
change either on seasons.
fuck. I'm the weirdo then.
It's just you.
Oh no!
It's just
Ah!
hell yeah! The perks of being in being in the Pacific. Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
I'm so upset.
Yeah, I
Oh,
feel like the
word.
last collaboration,
No,
I
look at
believe
the
it
bright
was
side, okay?
Sinner. I
Lilith
don't
has
think
to
so.
deal with
No, Simmer
crazy
wasn't a part
fucking
of it.
bugs and animals and
Oh,
crazy
yeah,
things
there's
that
I
you
think
deal
having
with.
more
We
structure
deal with
everything.
is
volcanoes.
better for
We
these.
deal with typhoons. Our weather is terrible here.
Yeah, I don't have to deal with weather. Haha. Win.
In that case, the
Man, weather
next
is
collab
just-
should
oh
work
my God,
fairly
our
well.
floods are so bad, and they happen on such a regular.
Speaking of which, I haven't actually put the next one into the availability
Right,
yet.
currently,
and earthquakes are so
there's no real
Why are we
severe
upset?
weather.
Oh, it's changes in time zones. It's like, yeah. So
Santa
specifically,
doesn't get
like, the
daylight
American time zones
savings.
where like they change.
Lilith doesn't get daylight savings.
yeah.
I get daylight savings.
Daylight savings. Yeah, I don't experience
Can't
that.
save
The
me.
next one's at 8 p.m. my time.
But
I'll
we do have
go get this one in now.
Like really weird like calendars for us, because for our Christmas season, it starts from the Burr months. So from September all the way to December, it's Christmas.
May as well do this while they're sidetracked.
Right. Most people want to forget Halloween exists. It's my favorite holiday, but they always want to skip right over it. It's like
well, for us, it's mostly because I think it's we're very our country is very we're like one of the only more
Thanks
Christian
for follow.
race.
I am Puff Daddy. Welcome to the Zombie Horde.
Daddy.
93.
All right.
You got a new horde, buddy.
Y'all doing call center stuff? We're probably not. I don't know. Maybe. Well,
Yeah,
you know what?
Ew.
All that trouble, all that problem of figuring out the details, I'm just gonna leave that to the boss man and the managers. I'm not gonna deal with that problem. That's their problem.
What we're doing here is we're taking crazy ideas for streams and trying to make something of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just trying to improve the ideas and basically give Connor more ideas for what streams to do in his bi-weekly collabs. Because it seems like he runs out of steam.
Also, I have the next 2 ones already planned.
It is kind of Connor's job to interrupt the conversation and stay on topic. It's fine.
That's true. That's true. He would, but it's like, will I listen? Nope.
Also, thank you for the 7th straight streak.
At him.
Welcome.
Do we have another prompt?
Well done, Amavorn.
Because I think we're good on this one.
Yeah, there's not much else to go on that one.
Oh, they're done on this one. Okay.
Yeah, because this one's kind of dangerous.
It's dangerous, and you know, there's also very low likelihood that anyone would actually pick up unrecognized phone numbers too.
Egg.
Okay.
That's it. Just egg.
Egg. Although that's kind of on Connor for putting 3 talents on it with attention deficit together in one place. That's
I didn't choose these fuckers. These fuckers volunteers.
I got looped into the attention deficit, but then I remember that I am actually attention. There's nothing I can do about that.
We're all in the same boat, man. Are you in the same boat, Lilith? It's okay. I'm not trying to out you. This feels inappropriate. I'm gonna drop the topic.
Oh wait, cook. Eggs and cooking. That could work.
Honestly, this is like, okay, there's actually...
I think I'm gonna just
test.
paste in the...
It's called a test in, like, for culinary school. For, like, it's like the big ultimate test to prove that you're, like, a good chef. And it's like you have to show the many ways you can prepare an egg.
Yeah, it's like there's lots of different ways to make eggs.
Yeah, let's just throw them all in.
Just start making a cake because eggs are in that.
Yeah, so it's like earning your pleats in like the hat for like a chef's hat.
I think we're at a point where the stream's kind of gone a weird direction, but I'm pretty safe to just...
Arjun's asking...
Oh my god, I want balot.
Or duck eggs.
Toss them all in.
When you mentioned duck eggs, I immediately thought of balot, and I'm like, balut? But then it's like...
Alright, there, all of those going.
Know what that is?
Not a clue. It sounds hilarious, though.
Is that...
There we go, that's good to go.
Is that the fetuses of fertilized eggs?
It's not something to feel bad about, Victor.
Okay,
It is...
Yeah, I've heard of that before.
There was 3 of them who all bounce off each other very well.
Sounds disgusting. Some people will probably not even like it. I know that I have cousins who are from Canada.
Yeah, what you're seeing is 3 people with chemistry.
Okay, but hear me
Not
out.
a singular person.
Of fertilized duck eggs that are not balot. Okay, we have penoy, we have penoy higot. Penoy is like, it's more of like, it's kind of like a golden boiled egg, which is kind of like so it's like it's all like it's basically all yolk.
I've put all of
Like hiccup,
the
hiccups, right?
latter
But
prompts
it
in
has
so
this
that they
like
can just
slightly
progress
like
when they
it's
feel
kind of
like
like
it.
pudding, and it's like it has like soup
How
in
do we
it,
want to
and it's
order
like a
this?
really
So
savory soup
they're on
and
egg.
and it's so good. Oh, I love it so much. But
How
it's
much
always like a hit
time
and
are
miss, so you
we
always
through?
buy like Penoy or Hiccup. This is like I'm ruining
1
it
hour
for
20?
Speed
Okay,
Bossman.
so they should get maybe 3 or 4 more through. So
But yeah, it's like okay, I really like Hiccup.
yeah,
Okay, I like
okay. I think
Hiccup.
this
It's
is
okay, and it's
probably
so
the best
good.
order we have.
It's duck eggs. It's fertilized duck eggs, okay? But then they're not like balut, where it's like you have the fetus. You don't have the fetus in that. In Higop, it's like you. It's only just the scrambled egg part. It's like the egg is already scrambled inside the egg. I'm making it sound worse
Interesting.
and worse each
Yeah,
time.
yeah, I
say my
know.
mouth.
It's just slowly becoming less and less appetizing. Like I barely
It's
like doing
delicious.
eggs anyway.
Right. Do I need this anymore?
It's good. I promise. It's good. It's
Nope, I
really
don't need the
savory, and
prompts
if you add
anymore
like
because I put
salt
them
on
all
it,
in.
like different types of
Yay.
salt, it's really good. I promise. Ostrich and
I've
quail. I've
forgotten to
actually
be
had
writing
ostrich
down
eggs.
timestamps. I'm gonna have to go back through the board at this point.
Quail is really good though.
Quail is good. I mostly eat it as a. Oh my god. I mostly eat quail though as like something called quack quack.
The fuck
It
is
sounds so
quack
funny.
quack?
We call it quack quack.
Why are we
So it's
quacking
basically
like
it's
this?
basically if you're
Talk about
if you're like
quails.
Alright, and for future, we're gonna make sure that there is either a
I don't know about,
host
like,
or
Japanese
someone
opera.
whose job it
We have
is to
something
keep them on
similar, but it's
track.
spiced and it's colored orange. So we douse it, we cover it in batter, and then
Honestly,
we
these
deep fry
guys
it.
could
That's
go
what
for
we call
ages
quack quack,
on. Honestly, I
which is
kind of
just
want to put them
hard-boiled
together for
quail
a
eggs, and then
reaction
we
stream.
throw it into like orange batter, and then fry it. That's quack quack. We also have a thing similar.
Oh,
but
I
it's
would.
spiced and it's
I
colored
shouldn't have
orange.
closed that. I need my
So
stars.
we douse it, we cover it in batter, and then we deep fry it. That's what we call quack quack.
I have my buttons
Which
there.
is just hard boiled quail eggs, and then we throw it into like orange batter, and then fry it. That's quack quack. We also have a chicken egg version of it,
My magic buttons.
but yeah, we call it quack quack. And then you add in like some vinegar on it. It's good. But I don't add vinegar on mine. Or like sweet and sour sauce. The best egg recipe is one that adds butter, sugar, flour, and milk like pancakes.
You're just wanting to make cake that urgent.
Okay. I need to ask, like, which do you prefer? Which do you prefer? Like,
Also,
do you,
Do I have
are you a
any
pancake
commitments
person,
after
or are you
this,
a waffle
or is this the
person?
last thing of my day?
Pancakes.
It's
Thomas?
They're the
Saturday.
same thing.
No, they're
No,
not.
they're not.
They use the same batter. They're cooked.
I will be able
They
to
use the
sleep
same
before I
batter.
have
They
to do
use the
things
same
again.
batter, but then the cooking process is different, and it also
Yeah.
gives a different texture. Okay, what matters is the texture.
This is where I will be.
Oh,
You're gonna be like,
if I hover over it, I see where they're from. Okay.
Pancakes or waffles normally anyway.
So wait, so what about French toast then?
French toast is delicious. Totally French toast. If I could ever figure
French
out
toast,
how to
yeah.
make French toast,
Yeah, see,
Okay,
a lot
I
of
agree with
people
you.
shitting on it, but you probably just haven't had the right type.
I overload mine with cinnamon. That's why I'm called
Very on brand for you.
Yay! I overload mine with cinnamon. So much cinnamon. I love cinnamon.
Yeah, I'm gonna confirm something
Cinnamon
real
is my
quick.
favorite spice, to the point where like I bought like a scented oil that smells like cinnamon, just so that I fill my room so it smells like cinnamon all the time.
I do that, but with oranges.
Random facts. Does anyone drink like oranges with coffee?
I can't have coffee, so no.
Oh, fuck.
Nope.
I'm sorry. Like if you can.
I'm gonna
well,
confirm
you
with
don't need
Elia
to,
real
but
quick if
I
she can
suggest
survive
it.
Discord
You know,
calls
orange
in the
and
morning.
coffee is really good together. It gets
Because
rid
we
of the
might be able
best
to have
bitterness and
them
acid
handle
and,
some
like,
sort of reaction thing in the morning
sugeriness of
in
coffee,
place
that's
here
the only
for the
reason
main
why
channel.
I like coffee is if there's orange juice in it. That's it. Anyway.
Guys, this was supposed to be live on the main channel
I'm
Twitch,
not
but
sure
it
I'm
just
willing
it
to
said no.
risk the massive, the
Things should be
day-long
fun.
migraine
Don't
to try and do coffee.
don't risk your life. That's just me on my rant over my exclusive hate on coffee.
It's
But hi,
unfortunate.
Yuki. Welcome to stream.
It is unfortunate that I am allergic to coffee.
It's okay. I am.
Most
Wait, so
people
that means like, are you allergic to coffee or caffeine?
coffee. I can have caffeine.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Like I can do energy drinks. I can do all kinds of tea. But the coffee.
Oh. If that case, you're American, aren't you?
Yes.
You should definitely check out this place called David's Tea and try out all their wacky ass teas. Like, have a stream just trying out all their wacky ass teas. They have something called
Okay.
s'mores chai.
Ooh.
It's really good. I really like it. They have caramel shortbread. It's really good. I really like it. They also have chocolate hazelnut. It tastes like Nutella if you add some sugar in it. I really like it. Okay.
Forget about that tea stream, yeah.
Close-up shots of
Anyway.
stains on your clothes. Honestly, if you do like a drinking stream, you can totally do that. Like, do it like after drinking. This is the game that you do, and then it's like you take like a bunch of
drink.
This is
yeah.
one
It's
where
like guess the
I
drink. Guess what we spilled on our clothes after drinking.
I unfortunately can't do that because like most of my
That's like
stains are
privacy.
blood stains. Because I injure myself a lot.
What if we
That'd be
just get like a
blood,
placemat
okay.
or something? What if we just get like a placemat, you know, like a placemat that like soaks or like a canvas, you know, and then we just like do like our
Paint
basic
with
stuff and,
random
like, basic
shit.
drinking, and then like we would take pictures of that because I don't feel
My
comfortable
clothes are
with
stained with
clothes
vodka.
specifically. You know, we're going to
That's
Yeah.
great. Or ketchup.
Yeah,
So it's like just make it like
there's a lot of
Plus, I think
sketchy
it'd be-
stuff that can hop on the clothes.
yeah.
And sometimes
that's
we
really
don't even
sketch.
know what causes the stains.
That's true. At least with a canvas from after a drinking stream, you would know. At least know part of it because it's like some of them have like really distinct colors that would come out the best in like a white
So
canvas.
casually mentioning her clothes
Make-
stains the blood of her enemies.
Shush.
You know what? That's way more badass. It's way more badass to have the blood.
I think I'm at a point now where I don't really need to do anything for this stream.
Yeah.
That would be way more badass.
Besides make sure,
Or
I guess it doesn't derail.
Didn't say anything about it. It's
But
a
I could
secret.
probably
You don't know where
vanish
that blood
and
comes
things
from.
will work out
Why?
now.
You just know that my clothes are bloodstained.
But yeah, I think this is way
Technically,
safer. This can actually work as like a drinking game.
You could even go
But then it's like-
beyond just guess the drink. You could just do traditional.
or like after the previous game, which is like it's like cooking eggs, like a cooking stream. It's like we throw all of the mess that we have created on like a placemat, and it's like, so this is the art that we have created with our mess. If you're a messy chef, I am a messy chef.
You could also do like traditional dyeing of some canvases using
That's true,
wild
yeah.
plants, and then have the stream try and guess what plant produced that color on that fabric.
That's also true. Although there aren't that many plants that make certain.
I'd say this is a
colored
tough one.
stains. Am I wrong?
It's very easy to do this for a short bit,
Indigo technically
but
is
for a stream, this would be difficult.
I know that the only one that I'm familiar with that comes from flowers specifically is the butterfly pea. Because I drink that quite regularly.
Yeah, but it's like pretty much all of the traditional colors originates from various plants or just random ass clay and dirt.
Oh, well, yeah. That would be really good to like make like a paint stream. It's like you're making paints out of like based on the stains.
Yes.
That would probably be interesting. Yeah. Do we write that down?
Yeah, we should probably write
Make
that
a
down.
color palette. Yeah. Okay.
Two of these are artists, so they're probably gonna
Sure.
head in that direction.
Okay. Do we move on?
Surprised it took this long.
What about title?
I don't know. I'm not. I can't think of one here.
Me neither.
How about this? Color me impressed.
Ah.
Because, that's a saying. Color me impressed.
Yes.
Yeah. Turns out I am a theater kid. I have a theater background.
I'm
So
gonna
it's like, I know
scream.
a lot of, like, metaphors and stuff. This is totally irrelevant. I'm just mentioning it because I realized that I use a lot
So I've had a
of
camera to my left this whole
metaphors and
time.
stuff.
I'm waiting for a package.
Shell shock.
Yup.
The yokening.
Ah!
Yoda? Okay, what's the next one? The next prompt. Do we go to 8?
Yeah, 8 is
Connor
next one.
PvP's the talents. And like best
Well,
dress.
easy.
I want to
like, dress to
know.
impress.
Something like Dead by Daylight.
I was about to say dress to
He being
impress, where he finally puts on the maid outfit.
We've been teased with this maid outfit
Okay,
for so
like-
long. I'm so upset that we haven't
Who put-
seen it yet.
It's entirely on them.
Who
I wore it.
suggested this, by the way? Like all the other ones had. Who suggested them from? Well,
Connor, you coward! I also have a maid
Except
outfit.
for
Do you
the-
want to see it? Take it, drink it in,
Except
drink it
for the
in. I have a
state
maid
one.
outfit.
who pulls it off better? Wait. This brings up the question of what kind of maid outfit.
I don't know. It depends on the person, I guess.
You've got to send emails
For instance,
now.
I could totally load my maid outfit just to make a point. If I find it.
If you find it.
1 second. I even have a color for it.
Oh, that's a bug bite. That's why that. Okay. Sorry. Absent-mindedly scratching
Yeah,
is like,
my
oh
maid
wait,
outfit.
that's a bug bite.
Okay, I'm putting I put on my maid outfit with my jiggly pudding. Oh, I need to lower my head. I need to lower myself a little bit because the pudding is too high.
Tickle, tickle.
Tickle.
Jickle.
Luckily, my program lets me have.
Oh, some
Luckily, my
are
program lets me do that.
anonymous. Okay.
Okay.
So we could do the dress do like a
Probably.
design competition for who has the best
Yeah, there's
outfit
like that
for
Roblox
themselves.
game. There's that Roblox game, it's like dress to impress.
Wait.
You are the maid.
That's true. You are Arjun maid. You would know many of the maid outfits.
Don't I have?
We'll be the judge. Yeah, that works for me. That works for me.
we have a impartial judge now. Haha.
Yeah. Haha.
Haha.
There's only one title meant for this, There's only one specific title.
One title to rule them all.
Gotta find this before they.
It's totally a
Yes.
call out. Yeah, that's good. I'm all for that. We good? We
We're
good?
happy
Yep.
with this one.
Good.
It's
Yep.
gonna be a
It's
PvP
excellent.
of who does the best maid dress.
Look, this is finally leading into the meme, Connor in the maid dress. We're finally answering the
They're never
demands
gonna
of
get it.
people. We are idols of the people. We are VTubers of the people. Putting the man in the maid dress. Coward.
Yes.
He's told me many times he has it. That's the worst part. He's told me many times that he has it. He just doesn't want to wear it. And I'm like, coward.
Fucking tease.
Yeah, coward.
How dare. We're so offended, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what they have
We're
great
so
chemistry.
offended.
That's
Unless he lied to me. If he lied to me, bastard.
Wait,
Oh,
no.
shit.
I straight up don't know what the
It
maid
was
outfit is.
apparently that he bought it at one point and he has since gotten rid of it because he.
I don't know. I still have it.
Or you know, he. I was about to say something mean and no longer fit him.
Oh no!
Not to say that he got chunkier. I'm just saying that maybe he got thinner, or maybe
Maybe
it's
he
like
got
too
buff.
loose. It could be. Yeah, he got too buff. But you know what? Having
Be the
a
buff
maid dress
maid.
and having it burst at the seams, that's even better. You know, some people are into that.
Right? Like that'll fit
Yeah.
someone's kink.
That'll fit someone's kink. God.
Uh,
Okay, let's move on. Let's move on.
We're
before it
making
gets
this
worse.
dangerous.
We're digging ourselves into a grave. Okay, karaoke without any preparation. What does he want us
You-
to do here?
You prepared
It's
for
just
karaoke?
Like what? Okay, if you were making, this is really hard because you're you're
Off.
on that like border of like copyright.
Yeah, that's one of the
And
few
it's like-
reasons why I haven't actually done a karaoke stream is because the copyright strikes and being muted midstream is a possibility.
Actually, information in the background. You know, I am actually working on making a cover for myself.
Oh,
So yay! When it
I-
comes out, please listen to it.
I have covers that I've done and have just sitting around on my computer that I've just never finished. Putting it into-
I'm trying to work on it. It's just that I'm not used to doing all of that, so I'm not used.
Yeah. It's
It's
a.
like sitting a step
I-
away for a sec.
I've gotten to the point of putting my.
But what was the last collab?
Putting
It
my
wasn't
art
the. Oh,
putting
God,
my
I
art
don't
on it
actually
and putting
remember.
it into the video format rather than just the audio, and then I got overwhelmed with the idea of actually putting it online. Because the channel that it was gonna go on has pretty much been untouched since before I did VTubing. Oh, hi, Kat. Hello. So it's like there's like 40 some odd people that still follow that channel that I'm like, what do I do if they're like, who is this person? I don't remember following them. And all they see is the music. Like, as much as I'm all for doing the karaoke without any preparation, because I kind of do that accidentally during my
I have a habit of just like randomly bursting into song. Is
I have an idea. It's forced upon us. We're assigned
I mean, like-
another stream like this, but then suddenly Bossman comes in. Okay, now it's a karaoke stream. Go.
That's like surprise karaoke. I mean, like, here's my problem with it. It's like, how do you know if the person knows the song?
That's the
that's the fun of
They
it.
don't.
Like, how would you prepare that? I'm like trying to figure it out. It's like, would you show them like the karaoke?
Ideas. Not supposed to be prepared.
I was kind
Looks
of
like the
assuming
stream's
that
gonna be
if
wrapping
you
up a bit early.
It would be a
The Two Truths, One Night?
YouTube
Oh, God. Was the...
lyrics video.
Yeah, it was,
that
wasn't
kind
it?
of thing.
Oh, that's yeah.
I mean, that one didn't leave much
I didn't
room.
think
That was
for it.
actually one of my notes on it. It didn't leave
It's-
too much
there-
room
there are
for.
so many YouTube videos out there that have the lyrics
Yeah,
with lyrics
Just
written
l-
out and
it didn't leave much
pops up in
talking
different
room.
colors as it's going. But
Which
the
is,
complexity
I've been
of it
trying to
is
structure the more recent ones around giving time to talk.
Yeah.
Also, before we actually
Mm,
Yeah.
go on, noticing all the stars popping up along the way. What is the star system, Connor? What are the star systems, man?
He's rating our ideas.
yep. Yeah, he said that in described that in the stream description.
They're originally supposed to rate them themselves, but
Oh,
Gosh.
Okay. I received a note from
Well-
Connor that we should quickly wrap up. Like,
yeah.
if it's
So
okay with y'all, we'll just skip the rest of the other prompts.
We
And
got
maybe
sidetracked a little bit too effectively. Oh no. It sounds like someone got in trouble
Hey.
too.
yeah.
yeah,
Anyway,
they didn't miss anything
This
too
was a
major.
very interesting stream. There are some.
There are just a few bonus ones.
There are some great ideas.
Alright.
Not so
We need to,
great ideas, but there
in the
was
future, I think I'll
discussion,
push
some,
more structure.
Anyway, seems the highest rated stream content we come up with is put on the damn dress, Connor. So you heard from Connor. He wants a reason to put on the damn dress.
We have to
Bum.
reinvigorate our pressure of putting on the dress. Also, I don't know why Basil got subjected to the dress.
Yeah.
That does seem a little strange to me. Why did Basil get subjected to the dress?
It was a wheel or something, I believe. I should have one a Shiro as well.
Also, I feel like now we should have like a group shot with everyone in a different anime dress of some kind. Infinite Live Maids.
We probably
that'll
could.
be the end result. Some. Anyway, hope everyone enjoyed this. Maybe this maid competition will become a reality. Hang on, as Connor rated last one. No,
Connor
but
has not
anyway.
rated
Nope.
it yet.
Because
No.
I'll throw
Basil
something on
needs
there real
to
quick,
tonight
I guess.
reflect on things and learn why it's a big deal.
This is fair.
Very funny.
And just steal a
Alright.
star.
Right, hope everyone
Let's end the stream
enjoyed
now.
this.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Right, well. Bye, everyone. Bye.
Oh, but that one was a bit
Oh,
messy.
okay.
Bye,
One
Okay.
star.
See you.
It's
Carol
on
is
me.
only one star. Ew.
I'll make sure we have structure for these in the future.
Sorry. I
Too
have to report.
unstructured results
I was
in
being called for dinner.
messiness.
Run away.
Okay, I'll go. Bye.
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 Thank y'all for hanging out. I'm sorry I had forgotten about this stream. Before?
He did
So,
indeed. I had to call
yeah.
her like 10 times.
Until next time, guys. Stay safe. Don't die. Most of
Well,
all,
they will wrap up now. I am going to wrap this one up as well. I've got some notes for what I'm going to do next time. I am tired, so I'm not doing it today, and I've got to phone up a delivery person. But thank you for coming. I will make sure next one's more structured. I mean, next one's already planned, and it is got a more rigid structure. This more experimental, what if I leave it loose? And we will not be seeing me in a maid outfit. Goodbye, people.